Part of it is our community response. So community is similar to individual because they tie in, right? Locations of emergency shelters are very important, where vulnerable people are located. So we also need to know, you all know in your home, people tend to forget elderlies, and all of a sudden when a natural hazard happens, everybody forget that cute husky they have, the million cats they have, and then the poor cats have to fend for themselves in the flood, right? And the dogs have to then swim for themselves. So remember what they said in hazard. You have to have a plan for your animals. Your animals are like your children. So if you have a bag, make sure you pack them up in your bag, get the food for them, right? You are a bad person.
I will be
right? But you know what is very sad? Like, I went to the Carnegie Sanctuary and there were like over 20 cats. And somebody dropped a husky with like 5 or 6 pets. My thing is, puppies, if you all want expensive animals and you cannot take care of it, why are you going for this? So they just, I don't know, cats is multiplied fast. So it's a million cats, they're just dropping it out there because by the bird sanctuary, because you know it's just an open area and they wouldn't get caught. And then the huskies were the puppies. So they got some people for the huskies because you know Trinidadians, they can't see nothing. Everything in the Western Hemisphere they want. Mind you, here hot like hell. We can't stand the heat. How do you think the husky will stand the heat? And the electric bill for you going to be so high because that have to live. It's not going to be cute, especially with the raise in electricity right now. So that is do you all know that pets are very expensive? Right? So do not go and afford things. That's another thing that Trinidadians like to do. So life lessons today. Right, life lessons for today. When you are making a salary, do not, even though your salary probably go up or you're making a substantial amount of money, do not go and live beyond your means. You all understand what I'm saying? There are some people that do not make allowances for if there's a job cut and they lose their job or their salary suddenly return or the cost of living increase right now. So everybody going, oh God, the price of living increases. You know why? Because they maintain a lifestyle beyond what they can afford. You all understand? So if you make the first thing you don't want to go and take out is no Mercedes Benz, no X5. Because if you lose your job, guess who is not giving you any pardon on your loan payments? Not Republic Bank, not Scotia Bank, none of them, not First Citizens. You know what they're doing? They come in and taking back that car, they're taking back that house, and they do not care how you are living. So always live within your means. You all see the little put I driving, right? Because I don't want to be in a situation where I never have money to afford the bills. Yes? So that is community. Let's move on to national ODPM. What does ODPM stands for? Do you all know? Office of Disaster Preparedness and Management, and that is our government agency that coordinates all of the efforts with respect to responding to if there's a big hazard or disaster that takes place. There are also NGOs or private organizations like Red Cross. You all are familiar with Red Cross? And Red Cross is an international agency and they respond to humanitarian crisis. When I say humanitarian, what does that mean? okay, things that threaten human rights, or so it might be wars, they might be in countries of wars, countries suffering poverty, you all understand? They go and they help. They deal a lot with the medical sides of things. You all are familiar with Red Cross? Do you all know you all can become a volunteer for Red Cross? Yes, they always accept volunteers. EMA is Environmental Management Authority. That's our environmental. Of course, they're going to deal with the environmental part of things. SWIMCOL. Do you all know what's solid and waste management? So that is our waste management company in Trinidad and Tobago. And then your first responders would be things like your fire and these people who have to get involved when we need to take people from one area. So fire, army, all of them are employed when we have national efforts to evacuate communities to safer areas. You all understand that? And then, because we're part of a Caribbean community, right, we have what we call the regional response, which is CDEMA, Caribbean Disaster Management, Emergency Management Agency, right? So if you're looking back there are posters, you're seeing it, and the posters categorize it, right? And it will tell you the roles and functions. So in your book, it's going to tell you the role of CDEMA. It was originally called CDARA. So that is on page 187. You're seeing it there? So read CDEMA for me, please. Reading together.